I, uh, I have to, I have to apologize to Liz. Oh, Jesus, I can't do this. I made a mistake. I've been on the hater train towards Liz for a while. And while I've been fighting the urge to be like, maybe I made a mistake, at this point I feel like, should I continue the lie? It's gonna kill me. As you all know, as a self-proclaimed hater, I very much enjoy becoming a hater. If there's a character where I can drop the Kendrick Lamar lyrics for, I will do so. And even if they redeem themselves, I stick to it because I'm like, hey, being a hater's funny. But at this point, the story's been written so well that I gotta retract my statement. I don't hate the way she walks anymore. Does she still annoy me to some degree? Sure. But if you actually look at her character, if you actually look, I can't do this. I can't do this. I refuse. I will not. I can't do it. No. Just take a deep breath. You can do this. If you actually look at her character, she's well written, and you understand that while, yes, her emotions are controlling the public, she's not doing it intentionally, and it's a very interesting dilemma being put in a situation where you're put on a pedestal and you have to constantly be the nice girl who everyone loves and you can't make mistakes. Liz is a really good character. I apologize for saying otherwise. I have full live reactions over on Patreon if you want to see my full and good thought to any of this greatness. You know it's over there exclusively. I know I'm not going to change a lot of people's minds. The internet be the internet. But seriously, Liz as a character, without her, this show would suck, man. Like, it would still be enjoyable, but it wouldn't be developing into what I think the masterpiece it is becoming. So, as we knew after last week's episode, her emotions were influencing the general public, right? But here's the thing. There was a bit of a divide in the fandom about was it intentional or not. I was on team it was not intentional. I think it was her emotions just being her emotions. This episode pretty much confirms that 100%. It's not her, like, you can't look at that scene and say, oh, she had nefarious intents. No, like, she was literally sitting there. She was upset because she felt like, once again, this is proving they can't be friends, and it disappointed her, and her emotions were implied into the other three there. And think about it, right? Imagine being in a situation where you don't, like, it'd be like if the world surrounding us, like, just take you or I as an example. If I'm mad, people around me are mad. If I'm happy, they're happy. If I say screw that person, they say screw that person, right? It's not because I'm like, I want you to hate them. It's just my feelings are being projected on them. And when we consider the fact that this was a video game where she was the MC, she was a self-insert MC that controlled the entire world. Now we're in a reality where that self-insert is actually becoming a person. And the fact that continuously her development is actually lasting, like the fact that a few episodes back, she said, I'm no longer just going to assume what people say at face value. I'll listen to your side as well. She did it not once, but now twice, and she's actually living up to that development. Of course, is she disappointed that our girl Alicia is continuously, like, still throwing it back in her face? Of course, right? Because, like, she desperately wants to be friends. And if anything, I think the thing that really sold me on her not being intentionally manipulating the crowd was the fact that, I'm not sure if it was last episode or the one before that, but she very much has shown interest that she appreciates that there's at least one person who doesn't just say what she wants to hear. Even if what, Alicia is saying to her can maybe make her upset, it's the one person in this world who doesn't just agree with everything she says. And when you look at the fact that these three girls who thought their brilliant idea of we're gonna say she said some mean shit, except we're not gonna have a recording like the last time, they thought was going to be a brilliant play. Liz isn't an idiot and is, like, oblivious to the fact that these girls lied. Like, hell, even the one dude who has an outburst who's like, hey, it doesn't matter if people say mean things about her. She's the type of girl who always does what's right. How exhausting must it be to be the person that whether people are stabbing you in the back, there's a threat at your doorstep, or whatever else, you're always the one to bring people together. Like, she is surrounded by yes men and people who want her downfall, but she has to put on a smile. legitimately well-written character. And the fact that they've developed her outside that self-insert MC persona is what really makes her dynamic interesting. And it desperately feels like we're building into a situation where she's gonna have an outburst at some point and pretty much tell them the equivalent of go F yourself. Feels like at some point is what would have to happen. Maybe not in a season 1, but I could definitely see it in a season 2. And if that doesn't happen, there will be a moment where she's super upset, of course. And when that happens, the people surrounding her will get probably violent, I imagine. But either way, like, I really expected, because the way they made it seem at first was that, yes, we should understand she's a self-insert character, so I get why she has no backbone and no real personality, because she's a self-insert MC for a player to make decisions on. But what they've done with her breaking out of that kind of pre-constructed construct is really well done. And I already know there'll be a lot of people who will disagree with me, but it's facts. Like, what they've done with the writing for her is legitimately good. And I've been saying it for a little bit, but it almost feels like these episodes are multiple episodes in one, and that's what makes me really enjoy it, because the first episode was the Grandpa Will shit. The second episode was everything that happened with Liz. So Grandpa Will drops his backstory, and damn, that's messed up, man. That's real messed up. So he loses his magic after doing a level 100 spell, completely goes haywire, fries his mana circuits or whatever. That sucks, but hey, he's decent with his, his brother. Like, everything's okay. And, the bro and him got along. Like, there was, like, good policy going on. And then the mother decided to make a bullshit lie. First, the mother says, only I should be whispering in your ear, and manipulates her kid into saying, don't listen to that dude, he's bad for you. And then makes a fake attempted murder claim. It's bad enough to be thrown away from a kingdom that you've served for all your life. It's another when they stab and destroy your eyes and then toss you into the poor. I was like, that's some bullshit. If you would have shown me that scene 4 weeks ago, I would have said I hope that happens to Liz. Now I'm like, hopefully Liz and Alicia can save this kingdom, because Jesus. This show is legitimately amazing. And I think a lot of people undersell how good the writing actually is. And they'll focus on, like, the most basic aspect about the show, which is this girl thinks she's a villainess but continuously isn't. And that's a funny addition to the show, but legitimately all the small pieces that are making up these episodes are so freaking well done. This is easily my new favorite Villainess show, hands down, no questions asked. Your thoughts down below. I'm no longer a hater. I'm sure other people will be haters in the comments, but I can't do it anymore. It makes me throw up a little, but I was wrong. Your thoughts down below. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you're new around here. Of course, ring that bell. And like I mentioned, full live reactions over on Patreon. And hey, while over there, I'll also give you a video shout out. So today we got George Parra, Carlos D. Lopez, Stefan Barchnetz, Dries Verhoch, Universal God. Oh, okay then. That's a good name. Kevin Wallace, One Piece, and we also have Dragon0909. So I appreciate the support, everyone. Please take care, and you'll have a good one.